Hey guys, be sure to check out the Mortar Pod, our weekly video podcast, and also check out the tutorial video for my board game, Travelers of Storia. Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing another Swiss M15 draft. Got Avison. It's the third time I've gotten her, so seems like a pretty easy pickup, despite being extremely white. Color intensive wise, it's a pretty powerful card. Also, other notable picks in here, I guess. Nothing too crazy. Crow, Marauder, Invasive Species. Turner Frog's pretty good, since it deals with Avison. But Avison is a monstrous beast of a card. Okay, so follow-up picks. Well, Flesh to Dust seems like a pretty good one. White-Black, I've done it, I think, one other time. And although you don't get any of the sweet, uncommon, ally-colored, guys, you end up getting a lot of just good cards in general. Black's got some great removal. White's got some great creatures. Not a ton else in here beyond the Flesh to Dust, to be honest. Paragon, Wall of Frost, Frostlynx, Forge Devil, Sign in Blood. No, I think it's pretty easy Flesh to Dust. Now we're pretty color intensive already, but it's alright. Got our 2 5-drops that we need. Okay, here, I'm a big Typhoid Rats fan. Much better in this format than I think it was in Innistrad. Not to say it was terrible in Innistrad, but it's certainly better in M15. Some decent blue picks in here. Nimbus, Void Snare, Peel from Reality, and really nothing else. So I think it's a pretty easy Typhoid Rats pickup here. Buys us time to get that Avison online. And also I can prevent damage to it, and then it's got Death Touch, so it's pretty cool. Okay, well, if we're staying... What? No thanks. If we're staying on point with this black-white thing, probably take the Skirmisher. There's also Pillar of Light in here. We did see a Warden. What are the chances of me tabling the Warden? I don't know. I can't imagine it's a super high pick. But, I mean, Skirmisher, I guess, works a little bit better in the aggressive builds, whereas Pillar of Light works because it's just a nice removal spell for big fat fatties. So big fat fatty remover, or a little dude that's pretty efficiently costed. Pillar of Light is not bad, but it's been a little bit I don't know. I feel like it's been a little bit too narrow specific for me. There's also Mystic in here too in green, but I don't know. Kind of want to play the Avison. You know what I'm saying? Alright, Zoff Shade, but I think we can take a Divine Favor here pretty safely. There's really nothing crazy in here in general. And Divine Favor can work out nicely for us, especially if we pick up Heliod's Pilgrim, but it's just nice because it buys us time. Or a Johnny's Pride Mate or something. But yeah, it just buys us time to get to Avison or other potential bomby cards. Okay, Typhoid Rats number 2. There's also a Black Paragon. There's also a Will-Forged Golem. Also a Shadowcloak Vampire. So plenty of good on-color stuff. I don't mind second Rats. Rats are really only bad against blue-white flying decks. Other than that, pretty awesome. Pretty awesome card. It's probably early enough where I can pick up a Black Paragon, though. I mean, if I get enough black creatures, I'm certainly going to want it. It might be a decent sign, too, since it's pick 6. Alright, I'll get behind the Paragon here. Here, Ephemeral Shields seems correct. Brawler's Plate's pretty good, too. It's pretty cool on a Typhoid Rats, but I think I'm actually going to take the Ephemeral Shields. I like the making my Avison indestructible. Seems pretty important most of the time. Okay, well, Wall of Essence is a good blocker, but Bronze Sable I actually like more, mostly because it blocks Intimidators, and it's a nice 2-drop that can also attack, so pretty solid pickup that late. Here, I mean, Radiant Fountain is a card, but so is Mind Rot, I guess. Mind Rot's a better sideboard card, but I'll still take it. Rarely do I sideboard into Mind Rot, I admit, but there's probably some opportunities to do so. Alright, Sign in Blood seems pretty good here since we already have the Divine Favor, so counteracting that life loss of Sign in Blood and getting some cards in the process. Can take a second Divine Favor, or we can take Marked by Honor. I guess I'll take the Marked by Honor. Let's diversify a little bit. Guess I'll take a Radiant Fountain. I haven't played it yet. If I ended up getting in a Johnny's Pridemate, I'd probably strongly consider it, but I think the main issue is we've got way too color-intensive Avacyn and fairly color-intensive black spells, so I don't know if Radiant Fountain would work out so well for us. Okay, pretty weak all around. I did have somebody play Hunter's Ambush against me. I've yet to have someone play Chrono Stutter against me, surprisingly. I've played it. I think I played it in my first draft and played it to good use too. I thought it was actually pretty good. But I guess it is a 6-drop that doesn't permanently deal with a creature. But it is in blue, and it's a blue instant creature removal, so those are always, to me, pretty high-end stuff. Okay, so choices. We've got Gargoyle Sentinel. Swiftclaw is a little bit more efficient of a beat stick, but Sentinel is pretty good. Unfortunately, nothing to pair well with our Paragon. Here's our Johnny's Pridemate. I think we actually just picked that guy up. That makes the most sense to me. We've already got a Divine Favor. We could get some more life gain pretty easily, like this Soul Mender or something. So, alright, I'll get behind that. I feel like we're actually in the right colors for Pridemate too, since, you know, black's got Child of Night and stuff like Rot, Feast, or Maggot to gain more life. Fester Gloom is going to be an important spell against the Triplicate Spirits, but we're in white, so we should be the ones getting the Triplicate Spirits if we're lucky. Could take the Maggot. It's a 5-drop, which is a bit, you know, it's pricey, but it's nice for buying time. Razorfoot Griffin. It also gets fatter with Paragon, potentially Death Touch, which is pretty relevant. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. First Striking Flyer or Fatty that gains life. Let's do the life gaining Fatty, I think. Griffin and Bronze Sable are fine picks too, but Rot, Feast, or Maggot can play a pretty important role. Black Cat's fine, but I think we'll take the Swiftclaw, despite it not having interaction with Paragon once again. Just picking up Swiftclaws is usually a pretty good thing. Geez, Nightfire Giant. Really strongly debating just picking that up and splashing a mountain. This is like, that is a very easy card to splash, and it's getting a 2 damage on a stick. Like, we're so color intensive though. That's tough. Nightfire Giant's so strong. And there's really nothing even on the same level. I mean, Helliod's Pilgrim is cool for finding our 2 stuff, but I'd still rather have a Nightfire Giant. How tough is it going to be? I only have to play like 1 mountain, right? Maybe we focus on white, and Flesh of Dust will try and maintain as our 1 double black spell. We might not play the Sign in Blood. I'm going to try and make this Nightfire Giant work. It's just a little bit too strong to pass up here, in my opinion. Okay, Covenant is definitely a nice pickup here since it's removal. And is very good. Alright, Eternal Thirst is also good. Warden, but we didn't get any of the pillars. I think Crow is a fine pickup. Meteorite can splash for our Nightfire Giant, can't it? And it helps fix for the Avacyn, but it's also another 5-drop, which could be an issue. Whereas we don't have any 3-drops. Kind of feel like I need the Crow a little bit more. Pairs so well with the Paragon as well. Eternal Thirst is cool with the Pridemate, but I think we're either Crow or Meteorite. And as cool as Meteorite is, I'm going to take the Crow. Just hope to find an Evolving Wilds, which would help. All right, Seraph is great. That's an awesome pickup. It's a very good card. Tabled the Soulmender, which is pretty nice with our Pridemate. But then again, we also tabled a Typhoid Rats, which pairs better with our Paragon. So I'm going to take that. Even though we're not maximizing our Pridemate value, we still have other... We already have other cards in the deck that gain life, so I'd rather have the Death Toucher that buys us time. Gargoyle Sentinel seems pretty good. Black Cat seems fine too, but Sentinel I think I like more because it's more efficient and it blocks Intimidators and it can win you the game late game. Admittedly, Black Cat's good at the Paragon, but I'm going to take the Sentinel just because it fits our curve a little bit better. Alright, I'm going to take the Festergloom over the Bronze Sable here. Some people might take issue with that, but I just want to have it. Festergloom's such an important card to have a lot of the time. I don't know if I want a second Sign in Blood. I definitely like having the one, but let's take the Black Cat instead. I'm trying to go back on my black color intensity. Like, if I could make it where Flesh of Dust was the only double black spell in the deck, that would be ideal. So, even cutting Sign in Blood, finding a way to do that is more the direction I want to do. I definitely want to make this Nightfire Giant work if possible. That is such a powerful effect. Divine Favor on a Typhoid Rats is pretty awesome too. I mean, so is Marked by Honor, but... Alright, we'll take the Pillar here over the Wall of Limbs. Even though Wall of Limbs is decent in this deck too, but I don't really like this card all that much. So let's take the Pillar. Neither of these matter. Maybe if someone's got some other value sliver in there. What's my first cut? Presumably Marked by Honor, maybe. But everything else looks pretty good, actually. Even Black Cat, because of the Paragon. But I guess I could easily cut Black Cat if I found the upgrade for it. I guess now that I have the Seraph of the Masses, I probably want to have as many cheap creatures as I can get. So maybe the Black Cat's not a reasonable cut. I mean, Sign in Blood, at this point, I kind of want out because I'd rather focus on getting this red splash in. You know, one mountain or whatever. Ooh, Eternal Thirst. Very, very good. Very good pickup there. Nice with the Pridemate. Give him lifelink, and then he just grows and grows and grows. Oh, Master of Predicaments is pretty good, but Evolving Wilds is here. There's for our red splash, but I think Child of Night is actually the priority pick, and then we hope to wheel the Evolving Wilds. Although, maybe we just take the Evolving Wilds. It also helps with Avacyn. I want the Child of Night, but let's just get our Evolving Wilds out of the way now just to make sure that we get it. So then I'm done with it. We're going to play it. I'm just moving it to the sideboard for now while I focus on the deck. We're in a pretty good place, though. Good creature count. Removal could be a little bit better, but it's certainly not terrible. I think I'd still like to sideboard the Sign in Blood if possible and get away with running like 6 black sources or something. Black and white cards. We've got Divine Favor, which seems pretty good with our Pridemate and Typhoid Rats. Foil Court of Calling. I'm actually going to take that. You might be wondering why. Well, because the regular is worth 2.5, so that's going to be worth some tickets. Yeah, let's try and make Court... I'm going to splash Court of Calling in here, actually. Let's see how that works out for us. Oh, wow. Pass an Indulgent Tormentor, you say. Well, I'd say that's one of the easiest pickup choices I've had. Literally no other cards for us, really. Zoffshade, I guess, but... some excellent red cards in here, but yeah, Indulgent Tormentor is a monster. And passed a Lightning Strike, too? Jeez. That's kind of crazy. Well, first cut, I think I said, was the Marked by Honor. I probably can stick with that. So let's take some more rats. Rats for days with our Seraph of the Masses. Actually, we just have all these bombs. It just makes sense to take the rats. Plus, we still have the Paragon, which is nice. Boonweaver Giant's okay, but not really what I'm looking for. Yeah, Take Solemn Offering, I guess, is pretty good too at the Pride Mate, but Typhoid Rats all day. Geez, somebody's gonna have a stacked red deck, but that's all right. Just deal with that. Let's get rid of the Sign in Blood, and then we'll take the Crow. I'd like as little black intensity as possible. Obviously, Indulgent Tormentor is an exception to that, since Tormentor's just dope spell in general. But Crow flies, so I like that. White Paragon seems pretty good. Maybe we splash blue too. I'm just kidding. How many? Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. We only have 5 creatures that work well with the Paragon. It's kind of awkward. Oh, screw it. I'll take it anyway. Early on, the black Paragon looked like it was going to be weak, but now it's actually looking pretty good. I think white Paragon's still fine. We've got some nice 2-drops I wouldn't mind buffing. Wouldn't mind finding some more. Oh, well, we ended up getting a Evolving Wilds anyway. Do I play 2? You know, as much as I loathe to say it, I think I probably could play 2 Evolving Wilds. But then we're maybe getting too sketchy. I don't know. I don't know yet. I'll take it anyway, but that's debatable. I mean, we've got a lot of cheap stuff, which does make the Evolving Wilds more awkward, but at the same time, I've got a triple white spell, I've got a couple double black spells, and I've got a red splash that I still want to do, so 3 Evolving Wilds is just not going to happen. But Return to the Ranks actually looks great in here, since we've got triple Typhoid Rats and a bunch of other 1, 2, 3, what do we got? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's tons. I think we're probably going to find a way to play this card too, so let's cut the Divine Favor, I think. Despite it being synergistically good with Pride Mate. Pride Mate as a bear, still fine. Whatever. And then actually I've got other means to gain life in here too, so it's totally legit. Let's cut the Plummet, I think, for obvious reasons. I'm going to take the Divine Favor for sideboard at this point. Against hyper aggro decks, I certainly wouldn't mind having it. Screw it. Take a Foil Mountain. Guess we'll cut the Founder Street Denizen. I'm not going to play the Boonweaver Giant. Hydra Surge, Tireless Missionaries, and a Mountain. Alright. Well, good news. Ended up with a pretty nice looking deck. Pretty clunky, a little bit. But I think the good news is we've got plenty going on early, which makes the clunkiness a little bit less detrimental to the deck. So I think that's kind of the positive thing. A little bit short on removal, but the removal we do have is good. Flesh of Dust, Covenant, Pillar. Pillar, I guess, is a little bit, I don't know, maybe narrow, as I mentioned earlier, but it could still be very valuable. Return to the Ranks, I'm intrigued with trying this card out. I've had people play it against me, and I think this card's actually pretty good. Return a few creatures, and you're feeling good, right? Do we have enough to support it? I thought we did. 3, 6, 8. I feel like 8 is enough to support Return to the Ranks. I mean, you pay 4 mana and get 2 of them back, and you should feel okay, right? That's still pretty good value. It's like a double res spell for 8 guys in our deck. Yeah, I'd say it's worth it. This build looks pretty good. Keep in mind, I haven't decided yet if I'm doing the double Evolving Wilds. It's probably okay. I'm going to try it out. 1 mountain, double Evolving Wilds, and then I'm left with 15 lands. And I'll probably end up doing 9, 6. I think the math on that works out, so we'll play our Foil Mountain. Glad I picked that up. And then we'll do 9 white sources and 6 black sources. Oh, I put too many lands in, so my math was not correct. Okay. So maybe I guess we do 8 then. So with the Evolving Wilds, we have 10 sources of white, 8 sources of black, 3 sources of red. I need to see quite a bit of my mana base to be able to play the Avacyn, so that is a bit of an issue. Plus, most of my cheap spells are black. That's also a bit of an issue. I think I'm still going to try it like this. We're not an aggressive deck, despite having, you know, a lot of cheap spells. I still don't feel like we're an aggressive deck. So I think having the Evolving Wilds is going to help for that. You know, it's going to help us fix, which I think is pretty valuable. So overall, yeah, this deck's, I feel like it's good. I mean, if we can resolve our bombs in time, I think we're going to be really good. A little bit clunky, but that's all right. Still think, yeah, if we see our colors, we're pretty solid. This is a nice looking build if we can see our colors. And even if we don't get the mountain, it's not like we can't, you know, play Rot Feast or Maggot. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this build. I think it's a good deck. Hard to evaluate exactly since it's a little bit strange. But I would say it's probably like 7.5 out of 10, maybe 8. Just solely because the bombs that we do have are very nice. And we have a lot of early protection. So just a little bit low on spot removal. But yeah, good protection for early game. Good, you know, lords for our creatures. White Paragon being an awkward one, but still pretty decent. Yeah, I like it. I like it. We'll see you round 1. I think I'm actually going to cut the White Paragon for a Divine Favor. The main reason why I want to do this is because we have triple Typhoid Rats, which this is just going to work great with, but we also have the Pride Mate for life gain. And the White Paragon is just really lackluster in here, to be honest. We only have, we had like 5 creatures that actually can get affected by it, which just seems really low. And Divine Favor is just good for gaining life against the aggressive deck, so in case something awkward happens, we can still gain some life. And I think a lot of times in this deck, this is just going to be a 4-mana 2/2, which is just too rotten to play. Paragon of Open Graves, I'm really happy I picked up, though, because we just ended up getting a ton of nice stuff that it's going to help us help get bigger. I admit its ability is kind of useless with the Typhoid Rats, but still buffing it is going to be huge. So, all right, that's it.